Hello everyone, it's Saturday, so we're streaming, but we're doing it in the middle of the day. Again, trying out this new flexible schedule. I'm Only Black Mage, and we are playing Spiritfarer, continuing our adventure beyond death as we play a very comfortable, very cozy Grim Reaper helping people pass on. Very chill stream. How's everybody enjoying their weekend so far? Happy Saturday. How's it going, Garfield? Thanks for jumping in the chat. Where my headphones go? There they are. Not prepared. Hey Jax, how's it going? I feel like it's been a pretty productive day for me. Gotta remember what we're doing. That's always the biggest thing, is jumping into these management games. Like, alright, what got suspended? What are we doing? Where are we? Did I mean to talk to this guy? No. New errand. Always nice. Okay, easy peasy. I don't think we have pairs. But yeah, let's see. Put out a review this week for Ghost of Tsushima. Hopefully some of you got a chance to catch that. I told everyone when I was streaming the game live, I was like, I'm gonna put a review out. At first I wasn't, I was just gonna enjoy the game, but for everything good and not as good that happened, I'm like, I have things to say about this game that I don't think other people are saying and needs to be said, because if I don't say it, people who have had similar experiences to me are gonna feel like they're in the just isolated, and everyone's just surrounding them saying, oh well, that's not what I got from it, or oh, they're gonna be confrontational, contrarian. I feel people like that who have legitimate concerns, have legitimate experiences, and yet are attempted to be invalidated by popularity or zeitgeist, those people need to, you know, band together. And for me, I'm lending my voice out there saying, hey, this is what I had, this is the good stuff I enjoyed, this is the not as good stuff as I enjoyed. Like all my reviews so far, if I ever encounter a weird bug or glitch, I post it. I posted it during Last of Us, I posted it during Final Fantasy, I posted it during Gears. 13 Sentinels didn't have any glitches, so it was fine. But if I post anything, I had it. And this game had a bunch of weird stuff. And as I expected, there's always a ton of people that come out saying, well, I didn't have that. Well, good for you. Clap, clap. Good for you. That doesn't change the fact that it existed. And it happened to not only me. And like I told some people, I'm not the only one. If you Google Ghost of Tsushima bouncing bug, then you see lots of people that had the same exact experience as me. But, you know, of course, like always, whenever a game comes out and it's popular with a certain fan base, even though Ghost of Tsushima kind of sold, like, okay. Like, it sold a couple million, but it didn't sell, like, gangbusters. Like, 1 million is still very good. It's still top 1% of games. But in terms of, like, the new IP, also console exclusive, you know, it did fine. Yeah, it's like I'm throwing my voice out there for, like, hey, I also ran into those, and I ran into it pretty often. Just saying. And by pretty often, I mean more than once or twice. If it happened once or twice, I still would have, you know, shown it, but I wouldn't have made it... I wouldn't have featured as prominently. But when you have it multiple times, there's a problem. I'm still gonna buy these glass bottles, even though I don't really need them. Yeah, Jax, I saw that new Tales of Arise trailer. Someone in Discord dropped it, and I looked at it, like, that looks pretty good. I've been anticipating that game for a while. I really want that game. I love the Tales games. That's why I'm super thrilled that there are 2 Tales games being suggested for the poll. I think that's so cool. Either one would be great. I'm gonna do them all anyway. But yeah. For those on Patreon, I managed to catch up with the recent recapitation deep cuts, so you got the behind-the-scenes videos on Killer 7 as well as Resident Evil 3, so caught up. Right now, I am playing as fast and as slow as I can for Bravely Default 2. Loving the B&D card game, by the way. The moment it happened, I spent like 3 hours going to all the previous towns, finding everyone that could play the card game and just cleaning them out of the cards. So fun. I didn't realize he was right next to the gate. Interesting place to set up shop. Hold on. Alright, so that's right. Walk Alice back to the evening, go to Lundberg. Alright, let's go to Lundberg. Because we know that's where Giovanni is. Oh, wait. Hold on. I forgot about our stranded member over here. Hey, Defective, how's it going? And yeah, to me, I'm trying this out to where Saturday afternoon stream a little bit. Just to see it's a different outreach. Because on Wednesday I'll still do evenings, but on Saturday if I do the mid-afternoon, maybe I get a chance to say hello to a different crowd of people. I understand people want to spend their Saturdays in different ways, but just want to chill for about 3 hours, talk about whatever, have a discussion. You can do that here. How's it going, Gideon? Yeah, I'm streaming early, exactly. For the exact reason I just said. Trying something different. Yeah, let's try that. I like the music that plays during this sequence. Doesn't give you the most amount of money, but hey, we're starved for cash right now. I'll take whatever we can get. Good stuff. Good stuff. We got a lot of lighting in the bottles now. That reminds me. What have we not made? So just grilling lobster made that. There's some stuff that we haven't made just as is. Let's just make a char by itself. Let's see what happens. Delete a Pokemon Shield save to refresh memory, and it's easy. I mean, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but all the Pokemon games are easy. The Pokemon games are all so easy, Twitch was able to play Pokemon and beat it. Think about that. if thousands of people arguing with each other can still complete Pokemon, it's not a hard game. It's like you have to remember, Pokemon was made to where anybody from ages 5 to 55 can play just fine. It hits a wide net. Not to take away from your accomplishment. Absolutely. No. Beating any game is still good. Alright, so that's just grilled fish then. Let's just make cherries by itself. However, the ease of something still doesn't take away from the enjoyable activity that's Pokemon, which is collecting, of course, but also having a sense of adventure, or rather, the quality of life with which they made having an adventure so easy. To me, I think that's the best part of Sword and Shield, is that a lot of the stuff that is either grindy or takes away from the stuff that is really enjoyable for different people. Like for me, I'm one of those people that enjoy collecting. I enjoy seeing new things. The battling is just kind of secondary to that. And I don't play competitive. I don't care about that. So to me, it is much more fascinating to explore the world, see the Pokemon, and try the different events that they have, see what the world has to offer. That to me is much more fascinating. Couldn't give two craps about breeding, don't care about IVs, don't care about optimized movesets, don't care about nonsense meta games people play, don't care about quote-unquote competitive, don't care about that. People that enjoy it, you can have it. It's all good. That's what's cool about Pokemon, is you can enjoy your stuff, I can enjoy my stuff, and we're not stepping over each other. If I make just a leaf veggie, will it just become a salad? Oh wait, hold on. Never did find that lost treasure. Crap, I wasn't paying attention when I talked to this dude. What did he want? Do we have to go back to his sister? Hey, Jonah. Yeah, we're doing it early today. But yeah. SMT, the same thing. I fuse till the cows come home. Fuse, fuse, fuse. See, the whole thing in SMT is, a lot of people say, oh, it's a super hard game. It's only hard if you're not really on top of your fusion game. Because you can get so many demons and spirits so early if you just fuse them right. Yeah, you gotta get that money, you gotta get that maca, but, you know, if you're fusing, and you're fusing early, you get such strong combinations with great abilities super early, and you can just steamroll the game. The same thing that makes SMT challenging is also the same thing that makes it easy, which is just your collection of demons. That's literally it. Every single SMT is the same way. If you're not just vigorously fusing, then, you know, you're, in my opinion, you're just not playing it super well. That's the reason why you may or may not be experiencing challenges. Alright, so that was a questionable meal. Just cabbage by itself, huh? Or just celery by itself. Nuts. We've done apples by themselves, haven't we? All this stuff is probably poached fruit. New schedule? Well, we're trying stuff out. We're being fluid. We're being liquid right now. Have we done just rice before? again, I kind of wish the recipes would tell us what we have or have not tried in combination before. It knows what we've tried. It clearly has a checklist. Oof. The cool thing about Pokemon hitting such a wide audience too is that they can try pretty much anything and still be fine. That's why when people are like, the new Pokemon Legends, it's like they're trying that open world, but it could be risky, it could backfire. Yeah, right. Even the least popular Pokemon games still sell a lot. Pokemon has done so many things. They've done strategy games, they've done, like, you know, what are those type of games? Match 3 games, they've done pinball, they've done, you know, Pokemon TV. Oh, we haven't done plain rice before. Okay, that's cool. I assume that's a plain meal, isn't it? Yeah, plain. So that's something Astrid would like. XCOM Enemy Within? Nice. There was one time I was so proud of my, God, I can't remember what the class is, but the sort of scout-like one with the shotgun that can get the reactive one where anybody that passes by near them and their threat during Overwatch gets just a shot in the face. I was so proud of that unit because I could throw him in with a mix of any melee units and he would just fire on them for days and kill them. It was so cool. I wish there was a way to sort recipes. I don't think we've done just mushrooms by themselves, have we? Assault, thank you. Yeah, I loved Assault. Unless you were facing the giant mechs, then you ran for your life. Hey Alessandro, how's it going? Adriana, all I want is a dating sim Pokemon game. They could do that. They could do that and it would probably do well. I mean, like, think Pokemon Snap. It's so random. You know, how many photo-taking games that are kind of just nature-esque are out there? Not a lot. That's incredibly niche. But just Pokemon did it, and it's like, of course, genius, perfect match made in heaven. And you're like, it's so random. Like, how could you really have that? You know? It's because the template is just so prime, and their marketing value is so high. We haven't just grilled a mushroom before. That is amazing to me. I know we've done just shrimp because it's a shrimp cocktail. Yeah, that's just shrimp. Shit. Alright, so we did squid by itself. I know we did pork chops. The fact that we can put wood or dust in here is weird to me. In fact, let's throw dust in there. What does dust do? We haven't done anything with sawdust. They had a fighting game. You know, they had a Tekken game for Pokemon. For people that actually want to be like, oh, Pokemon beat each other up. Yeah, they do. But this is a game where they literally beat each other up, though. They've had Tekken, and that did pretty well. Tekken's not my favorite system, but still pretty good. Yeah, they had a GPS mobile game, obviously. They had a tap game with the Magikarp game. It's like, come on. They could do a Warriors game. Spikeman, that would be a great idea. They could totally do that. You want to leave? Why? She's a turtle friend. Baby 7. Old turtle lady really brings the goods. They're just reaping it in. Alright. What we need to do is see if she can we put aluminum in here? Yes, we can. Oh, baby, let's go. Oh. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave you out here all night. I can't believe I left this old lady out in the cold. I didn't see her. I literally didn't see her. Sorry. Sorry, sorry, sorry. Ow, my old lady legs. We just came there, but okay. I hope she's not an old lady who was like, okay, where did we just come from? We just came from the prow. Are you sure? Yes, I'm quite sure. Maybe we should check again. Okay, okay. And she's gonna be like, I want to go back to my room. We still haven't figured out her favorite dessert. Alright, but she likes old-fashioned food. We made so many new meals, but none of them are old-fashioned.
Oh.
I think it's also hilarious. It kind of goes to show you the different fan bases, where when they showed Diamond and Pearl Remake and it was just like kind of a... They just kept the chibi sprites, and people were like, why'd you keep the chibi sprites and not make them high-resolution models, blah, blah, blah. And then they showed Final Fantasy Ever Crisis, and people were like, thank God you put in the chibi sprites. I didn't want the full high-res models. It's like, what is up with people, man? No pleasing every fan base. There's no right way, it's just a case-by-case basis. I think the answer is just make both. Well, not everyone can make both, man. That's a little demanding. What I would like Ever Crisis to do is not go crazy with the retcons. I know they're gonna retcon stuff. I just don't want them to retcon it to the point where I have to recap it again. Yeah, I still haven't found any use for sugarcane. I guess it's literally just there to make sugar. Have a leak. It also bothers me that First Soldier apparently has canon story elements. I'm like, how much story elements? It's like a Union Cross thing where they're gonna have so much stuff, but it's just gonna be, you know, too long and I don't want to play it. That's why I'm never gonna do Union Cross. Or are we going to have it just where it's a little bit? I can get away with not having it. Alright, we're gonna go to Loneburg. Wait, hold on. Where was that guy's sister again? Furugawa, I think? Yeah, let's go to Furugawa first. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah. Let's go to Furugawa first. Because for some reason we don't have an update on the guy, assistant, I don't know. There will always be loud, annoying people who complain. Tell me about it every time I post a review. Oh, God. As I told people, I don't make my reviews to convince people. If your mind gets changed one way or the other, great, but that wasn't my intention. My intention is just to express my opinion just like anyone else. And if other people have similar mind, great, let's have a discussion. If you're the type of person who has a differing mind, great, let's have a discussion. So many people just want to drop their opinion and then leave because they're too afraid to have a discussion. Not me, I welcome discussion. As long as it's a discussion. Some people don't know what discussions are. They think shouting at each other is a discussion. Or I say what I want, and then you don't get to say what you want is a discussion. It's like, oh, I don't think you understand how the world works. But, okay, that's fine. But yeah, I'm perfectly... I was gonna say perfectly and personally at the same time, so perfectly. I am perfectly fine with the one-to-one chibi sprite design. Perfectly fine with it. I love these letters. Even though it's 5K, the food service delivery has been so worth it. Sawdust and milk? What does sawdust and milk produce? Oh, this thing's still going on, whatever it is. I just put sawdust in there. It's taking a while. Oh yeah, trust me, when I put Resident Evil 3 Remake up there, I said this in the deep cut, I am astonished how the mass majority, almost all the comments, nobody's talking about the video itself. Nobody. What everyone was talking about is the people who liked it versus the people that didn't like it versus the people in the middle. I'm like, why is this the prevalent discussion? Come on, guys. But hey, it is what it is. I always like to remind people, hey, the existence of the remake timeline doesn't erase the base timeline. It doesn't. It coexists. Why aren't you happy? And or why can't you let it go? But, you know. To me, people, and I admit I was the same thing. When Resident Evil 3 Remake was first announced, I wanted them to make up for lost ground, because the original Resident Evil 3 Nemesis was just a slapshot expansion sold as a full game. It wasn't a full game to begin with, and so here they had a chance to make up for it by giving it the works. People wanted the works like they did with RE2, but they didn't get the works. Instead, if anything, they kind of honored the original game by making it a resold asset with a bunch of original interesting ideas sold as a full game. But here's the thing, I'm still pleased with what I got, just like the original RE3 Nemesis. Even though Nemesis actually isn't one of my favorite of the originals. It's actually on the lower end. I don't love the original Nemesis all that much. That's why I like Remake more. Like, don't at me. Do I like all the Resident Evil games? Yes, I like all the Resident Evil games, even the spin-offs. But, you know, obviously I like some more than others. But, yeah. Neither here nor there. Bravely Default 2, by the way. Ooh, the B&D card game. I was playing that all this morning. Racking up them points so that way I can take advantage of people when I beat them later and just buy their cards. I find it's easier to farm just a weak opponent and get like 20, 30 points on them with your OP deck. It's just like regular grinding in Bravely Default. Instead of taking on one strong opponent and reaping the benefits, it's better just to, What is this thing I am fishing? All that for one cod? Jesus Christ, alright. How come we're not moving? Oh, because I didn't set a destination. But to me, the line that people keep stressing where it's like, I wanted more, that's a good thing. The fact that this game left you wanting more is a good thing. Oh, that's how you make coal, is sawdust. Then what is sawdust and milk gonna produce? Oh, that was fast. Mock ghoul? Interesting. Are you ready to go? Fingers crossed for a Vagrant Story sequel. Another game that you love that people dislike. Is it? Vagrant Story, I think, is a game where people have forgotten that I think they disliked. I don't know enough people that like or dislike Vagrant Story. It's just one of those under the radar things. What we got? Are we back together now? Do I not get a reward for this? Okay. What was the point of that? I will say this though, the one thing I didn't like in Vagrant Story was, or rather, let me put it more positively, if I could change two major things about it that would make me enjoy the game more, it's literally the gameplay. If the dungeons can be less samey and less boss rushy, I'd be fine, and the combat system just needs to go. That very slow, very tedious grind, the need to just equip everything and de-equip everything just to match game with the enemies you're fighting, it is so tedious. And of course, using a Parasite Eve battle system from the first one, just a terrible idea. That battle system, in my opinion, is garbage. I didn't like it in Parasite Eve, I don't like it in Vagrant Story. It is slow and it doesn't serve a purpose. It is arbitrarily dragging out turns and arbitrarily trying to make you feel like, oh, you have some control over the action when you don't. It's meaningless. It trips up on its own system. So if they could just, you know, change that, it'd be great. Because the story itself is fine. Art design is fine. Lore is fine. Characters are fine. Spikeman, I think Metroid Other M was good. The story was just too melodramatic and distracting. I am a similar mind. I actually really like Metroid Other M. Say what you will about the story. To me, you're right. The story is not that great, but the gameplay is so good in Other M. To me, it's the most authentic to Super Metroid that Metroid has not seen, because they keep cashing in on the Prime concept. And trust me, I like Prime 1, and I tolerate the other two. Because 2 had good ideas, but 2 was just too hard. Maybe it was just because of the GameCube mechanics. It was very tough. It was very unforgiving. There were many long bouts where you're just stretched for resources, and the fact that you're using ammo for the special types was dumb. I think that just made things things more difficult than it needed to be. And 3, I just remember as just being kind of dull. Like, they introduced a bunch of side characters, like, oh no, they got taken over by Phazon. It's like, okay, I didn't give a crap about any of these hunters, but alright. He's like, haha, I'm a Phazon guy, and I have things you're gonna do with your nunchuck that you're gonna get later when you beat me. It's like, okay, that's cool. Oh, we went to the wrong bus stop. Whatever. But yeah, gameplay-wise, Other M was fantastic. With the exception of, I don't like having to point at the screen with my Wii remote to fire missiles. I didn't like that. But everything else was great. Animations were great, battle was great, it was fast-paced, it was fluid, the takedown animations were really cool, the level design was laid out very well. So much to like about Other M. But yeah, people just, out of all things in a Metroid game, people got hung up on the story. For the one game that tried to have more story, people hated the story and ironically ended up disliking the gameplay in a game that's primarily about the gameplay. Did we have Blue Salmon before? Yeah, we did. I recognize that weird goofy face. So yeah. You have to get the timing windows just right on those. Otherwise you're gonna... It's so tight, the timing windows on these. The closer I can get used to it, the better. By the way, if anyone else is playing Bravely Default 2, for B and D, it's a lot like Triple Triad. You want to control the corners. Control the corners and you have won half the game. Because it's very hard to take corners, and if you have a corner, it's a lot easier to steal spaces from your opponent. Another thing I found out too is that if you have one of the character cards that prevents a certain enemy type from being played, if you use that as your last card and the opponent has a card that matches that type, they automatically pass their turn and lose the game. I won a couple games like that against a deck that you know they have a certain enemy type. Blockers, the block game in B&D is so good. What I'm waiting for is having an opponent that has a mono-type deck. It's a shame you can't have too many of the same card. You can't have duplicates in this game. But man, I was able to block out 2 or 3 of their turns because they couldn't play any of the cards because they played one type. Hey Royal, how's it going? Defending Other M. Hey, I'm just pointing out credit where credit's due. Like every game on the planet, there is no game that's without fault, and there's no game that's without flaws. Wait, that's the same thing. Yeah, it is. Yeah, no game is so good that it doesn't have flaws, and no game is so bad that it doesn't have, you know, some silver lining, some strength to it. And before you go, well, what about this garbage over here, this, like, asset flip nonsense that they sell on the PlayStation Store or Steam? Okay, shovelware aside, those are barely what you can call games to begin with. And I know the definition of game is a very arbitrary discussion, but yeah, that's not an engaging experience. You're literally just selling an asset package. That's different. Have you tried the Triangle Strategy demo? Wait, there's a demo out for it? Did they put one out? I did not. Because I saw the announcement. It looked great. I'm all about the strategy games. I didn't know they put a demo out. Man, how did I miss that? Did they seriously announce that during the trailer and I didn't notice? What helped with the fishing is when the pole turns red, you tap instead of letting it go. Really? Okay, let's try that. I didn't try that. We're gonna try that, Connie. If that works, high five. Because that might be the trick to getting tuna. Oh my god, I think you're right. Oh my god, Connie, you're right. This changes everything. Connie, I think we could finally catch tuna thanks to you. Connie, how come you didn't tell me this before? I'm so pleased, but nobody told me this before. That's the I knew there was a trick. I knew there was a trick to the tuna, where it's like, I can't outpace the red line. And Connie comes in here like, yeah, if you just tap it. Oh my god, Connie, thank you so much. I'm gonna give you a big Spiritfarer level hug for that. That is exactly what I wanted to hear. We're gonna go to tuna right now. Thank you so, so much. Man, nobody told me. That is an ace pro tip. That changes the whole fishing minigame. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know you're like, why the heck? I love fishing minigames. And the fact that you made this fishing minigame even better, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's so different now. MVP, you're the MVP of the stream right now, Connie. Hey Umbra, how's it going? I am doing very well now that Connie taught me how to fish properly. I was fishing like a scrub before. Oh my god, this is so different. I like how O'Toole never told you this either, and he's supposed to be like a master fisher. Actually, do we get a companion that fishes with us? That would be cool. I know people said there's going to be a DLC for later companions. I want a fishing buddy, like a person who tells stories while we fish. Oh, delicious tuna. Delicious, delicious tuna. You're right, it basically keeps them in place. Oh my gosh. This is so good. This is so good. The tone of my voice changed, pure happiness? I don't... You guys can probably tell better than I can. But yeah, I'm literally smiling right now. I said it before and I say it again, I love fishing minigames, if they're done well. That's why if you have a fishing minigame and it's garbage, I'm extra upset with you. That's why I'm looking at Nier Remastered. Like, you had a terrible, both the Nier games have terrible fishing. So in that remaster, you fixed the boring combat, good. Now what about that fishing minigame? What about that fishing though? I'm looking at you. Come on, give me some more tuna. We're finally catching tuna. Give me another tuna. Don't tell me there's one tuna per spot. I refuse to believe that. What about flat-out fishing games? I actually haven't played too many flat-out fishing games, except for like Final Fantasy 15, the fishing VR one. I actually did purchase that because Final Fantasy 15's fishing game is among the best fishing minigames I've ever played. But yeah, like the Bass Pro and the Cabela fishing one, not so much. Like I said, I like fishing mini games, but I don't know about fishing flat-out games. I haven't had the best experience. See, what I would like is something like Golf Story, where like it's the world that revolves around golf and everything's solved and resolved through golf. I think that's such a nifty thing that I would like to see it with fishing. Where it's like this world revolves around fishing. I think you can only get one tuna, can't you? Alessandro the tuner is scared, exactly. We've discovered it. Connie opened our chakra points, and now we can finally, you know, align ourselves and fight the fish. We've attained fishing even further beyond. Only one tuna per visit? Yeah. I mean, that might be the case. Hey, Gogger, how's it going today? Oh, sorry, I was looking at chat, I wasn't paying attention. This game in general puts both a smile on my face and a tear in my eye. To say that it is an emotionally moving game is accurate. I am, like so many people, very skeptical. I'm like, alright, well, let's see. I'm not going in trying to have a bad time. But when you claim something up front, you know, I'm not so easily sold. But this game, through its own actions, its own small minor interactions, dialogue, and engagement, has proven itself. Damn. That's not enough to make it an A, though, by the way, for the final review. It's not enough to make it an A. It's enough to make me highly recommend it. But we'll see. Oh, speaking of, let's cook this tuna. Tuna's gotta be something good. Oh, it's a huge fish, though. It might just give us regular fish stuff. I wonder. I almost don't want to waste it. It seems like such a resource. If it's just classified as fish, it's probably not going to be special. Let's see. Does it combine with anything in particular? Have you played To the Moon? Maybe? Is that the one where you're like the square and you're bouncing through shapes in space? Or am I thinking of a different game? Okay, you know what? Screw it. We've waited long enough. I'm gonna look up a recipe guide for this game. Because I don't want to waste my precious tuna on, like, and just become a regular fish recipe. Hold on. Spiritfarer recipe list. Here we go. And let's do a quick search for tuna. Oh, there's only one recipe, and it's tuna tataki, which is tuna and a savory veggie. I don't think I have a savory veggie. Yeah, I have root veggies and regular veggies. I don't have a savory veggie. What counts as a savory veggie? Yeah, apparently it's a type, but what's a savory veggie? Oh well, we don't have it. I'm not gonna waste my precious tuna. Alright, let's go collect Giovanni. Savory is tomato or onion or garlic or something. Really? Because tomatoes aren't savory. That's interesting they would classify it as savory because tomatoes are not savory.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't have anything that's listed as savory just yet. Maybe you sell something. We still haven't found a use for metal rope. We're probably gonna need that for when we learn ziplining. What's up? She's right behind you, actually. Mm-hmm. Sprite 2D RPG. Interesting. Oh, well, you know me, I'm a guy who only cares about graphics. If you don't have giant fields with very vibrant, like, colors, and you can't ride your horse around, then you're obviously not a good game when it comes to... I can't handle games like that. Sprite-based games, terrible. I never play games like those. I only play open-world games where you can ride horses and have giant open fields. Or they have super realistic graphics for all the emotions. Those are literally the best games. If you don't have a game like that, if you don't have realistic faces and animations, then, you know, you're obviously not a good game. You're not trying. I only play the games that are featured on magazines. He's a little darker than I looked. He's like purple. Because as you know, graphics make the game. It's not about gameplay or story. It's not about dialogue. It's not about presentation. It's all about graphics. Graphics are the only thing that matters. And for anyone new in the chat, you need to understand sarcasm. I'm being sassy. I'm not being sassy. I am often sarcastic. Well, the good news is that there's no young ladies on this boat except for me. And I'm too young for his taste, which is good. The only thing that's on this boat are old ladies who are about to die. Or rather, they're already dead, but we're about to pass on. Yeah, people look at me and are like, you must only play RPGs. It's like, actually, I play a lot of games. This man needs a haircut. But maybe his mane is what he's so proud of. That's okay, everyone on this boat is old. Actually, wouldn't that be sad if one of the passengers we get is actually a really young person, and they just have to get through the fact that they didn't live a very long or very fulfilling life, and they have to pass on now? Man, that would be interesting. See, there's so many ways you could explore the story of this game. That's what's so fascinating. But speaking seriously, when it comes to photorealism or the high fidelity, if that is your art choice, it's like anything else. It's just an art choice. It's not the only style of graphics that exists. It's an art choice. And so if you don't effectively use that art choice, then it's just as bad as if you just did anything else and just did a poor job of it. It's no different. That's why I will always be very critical of, and to me this is independent of your art choice, if you have a story that in any way is attempting to be engaging, requiring emotional investment or character development, you need to have decent presentation. And of course, the engine it runs on differs. Like if it's very, very old, like somewhere in the 80s or 90s, I'm obviously more forgiving because it's the limitations of technology. But even then, many ambitious games will try to go for different sprites to emote or try to convey different emotions. Especially nowadays. If a game was made sometime in the last 20 years, you have zero excuse. Body language, faces, those matter. Those communicate words and emotions and states of being better than just words. Because I don't know if you've noticed this, I don't know how often people go out and talk to other people, but when you talk to somebody else, what do you look at? You look at their face. Why? Because when you're reading somebody's face, it's part of how they communicate. And when you look at their body language is a great part of how communication occurs. And so in games, it bothers me. It always bothers me when you have games that just, like I said over and over again, I'm tired of games where they just stand still, staring at each other, delivering exposition or dialogue. That is not a conversation. That is a very poor use of your art style. Doesn't matter how realistic their models look. That is a bad... Oh, he's shorter than I thought he'd be. Bottom line core. Oh, okay. Wait, I don't think she likes that. Because she doesn't like fancy things. She likes plain things. And I don't think she likes sweets. I think I'm starting to see why they're divorced. Speaking of communication, that's bad. When couples don't communicate, that's usually it. Like, there were some games I played on, like, the Super Nintendo or on the PlayStation 1 that have such good, expressive sprites. I'm like, damn, this is good. And then you have games that are made this year, and all these people, like, are like, you know, you heard me when I was playing Ghost of Tsushima live. You have games that were made last year, and yet their eyebrows don't move. And that's just distracting and stupid. Oh, that's right, you want to be taken to your... Oh, she's losing her memory. Find a way to shake Alice out of her confusion. And that's also sad. If you ever have been with a family member or somebody that has Alzheimer's or has lost their memories or things like that, it is depressing. It is a very depressing sight. It's also scary because that can happen to anybody. You see, when you lose your memory, you don't know you lost your memory because obviously it's your own memory. So to you, everything's normal. It's everything else that's weird. Have you seen any bugs or glitches in this game yet? No. I always find it funny when people are like, I didn't see any glitches in my game. Well, A, were you looking for them? Because here's the thing. When I was editing the review for Ghost of Tsushima, I actually found glitches. Like the bear glitch, I completely forgot that happened. Only when I was reviewing footage when I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot that happened. That's not supposed to happen. Or the lighting thing. Or the guy when I was trying to do the finishing blow, like the collision detection kept missing him and swinging past him and he kept freaking out on the edge of that ledge. I completely forgot about those. And I think that happens for a lot of people. You're not actively looking at those things. You're not actively looking for them unless you're a QA tester. And so I completely overlooked it. Only when I looked back at the journey I already did, I've actually found more errors than not. Obviously, the parts where the enemies would just freeze in place, that part you couldn't not help but notice. But a lot of small things, I completely, went past them like, okay, that was weird, and then went on with it. And again, I wasn't actively looking for them. I was just reviewing the footage. Ironically, I went through the footage a second time because I didn't put good timestamps the first time through, and so it's kind of what took the review so long to come out from my initial playtime. If you looked, I played it in the beginning of January, and obviously it's March. By the way, as I said on Discord, that whole video is actually an experiment that I wanted to try. And here's what the experiment entailed. I wondered, just like how you've seen other experiments where sometimes you can have a word and the word is a color, but the coloring of the word is a different color. Like say you have the word red, but it's colored to be yellow. And if you ask somebody, what color is this word? Some people will say red, even though it's obviously yellow. And some people will catch it that it's yellow. And so what I did is, I did two different things. First, I set expectations by calling it, and this is kind of, clickbaity, I admit, but it's true. You have to set expectations by saying it's a brutally honest review. Whenever you hear that, you're expecting something negative. So I'm already setting your expectations that it's going to be negative. So people either with mental blocks that want to quickly defend it are going to assume that stands, and people that agree are going to be eager to agree just to confirm biases. So I already knew that going in. Which is why, when I structured it, I led the first third of the review with not only complimentary footage, but also complimentary comments. So I started things off very complimentary, very positive, to A, shake up the people that were going in with the expectations of it being negative, and B, start softening their stance, because once you break people out of the stance they're ready for, their mind becomes more open to accepting new information. It's like teaching somebody, you have to get them to unlearn something. So that's the first way of breaking down their mental barrier. Hey Griffin, how's it going? So that was the whole point of the first part. In the next part of the review, I change things up. I keep things positive or neutral, and then I show neutral footage and or talk about negative footage. So at that point, I'm starting to weave in what I'm saying versus what I'm showing, and they're not matching up, the tone of it. Because I show a couple things that are like, okay, this is a weird lighting effect, or oh, that's where the AI is acting weird, or oh, this combat is not that great. And I start showing it, but I also show positive things too. Like, oh, this animation is super slick, or like, this looks really cool, or, damn, this looks really nice. So again, I'm shaking things up to shake up the mental attitude people are having at the time. And then the middle/third end, which is the part that I was really waiting to see, which is, okay, I already effectively softened up the soil. Now let's lay down the seeds. So I say positive things, but show all the bugs and glitches. Not all of them, actually, I had more to show. But I show all the bugs and glitches I can. So I'm showing something negative while talking about it in a positive manner. So are people paying attention to what they see, or are they paying attention to what they hear? That was the experiment. And honestly, the results were mixed, to be honest with you. Some people did, in fact, say, okay, I hear what you're saying, and I see what you're saying. I had different experience, but I respect your opinion. Cool. Some people are like, yeah, I totally agree. And some people are like, I don't understand how you're attacking this game. This is such a negative review, even though I'm saying positive things. This was Game of the Year. It's flawless. You just had a bad copy. You're playing it wrong. Things like that. So I got mixed results, which is fine. This is all data and feedback. Remember, the opinion is not to persuade. This was not a persuasive piece. This was just me stating things and you drawing your own conclusion, but I'm framing it in a way that is going to interfere with the way you're going to mentally approach it. See, and here you thought I was just writing about Ghost of Tsushima. I wanted to have fun with it. You can have fun with words, And then, of course, the finale was just straightforward. The finale was me, again, giving the game a positive review, talking about the positive things, but I show a very stupid, very common glitch, which was the bouncing bug, which is, to my opinion, kind of funny. And that was the takeaway. So I think a lot of people that got played by that, I'm not mad at them at all. To me, it's all feedback. No personal stakes. Let's roll. See, you guys are one of the few people that I will share that to, because you people are awesome and showed up during stream. This is the stuff that everyone else, the thousands of people that sub to the channel, they all miss out on this because they're not cool like you people. Just leave it in the background. Alright, first things first. Find the location of the lost bounty. There is a... treasure map, here we go. Minus 58, minus 52. We can go there. Okay. Right next to a bus stop too. So yeah, if you watch the review one more time, you will see that's the way I deliberately structured it. And I think the most cynical way is like, isn't that kind of manipulative? And I would like to point out what makes you think most news pieces, media pieces, or persuasive pieces, that isn't the whole point of them. The way they are structured, the words that they use, the images that they show, if not to persuade. That is why I love stories, and I love the power of words, because they are so fundamental. If you can shape words, you can often shape how people think. The most powerful persuaders understand this. That's why people remember not necessarily what people say, but how they feel. And people that are very good orators or very good persuasive arguers, or many politicians, love them or hate them, are very good at this. They are good at understanding how to influence how people are perceived just by framing things in a different way. And of course, media loves that stuff. A lot of very, like, the low-level amateur way of doing it is what you'll see a lot of reviews do, or what reactions are, which is where your quote-unquote review is less about, I don't want to say facts, but less about minus 58, minus 52, right? Yeah, that should put us right there. Where that's how you frame stories. That's why storytelling to me is such a powerful skill that anyone can practice. Because even when you have the, like I tell people, everyone tells stories. If somebody goes, hey, how are you, how was your day? You're telling a story. And you're coloring it with the information and the perspective that you want the other person to understand. So if you had a bad day and maybe you want somebody to feel sorry for you, you're going to frame things and use language that's going to try to evoke that empathy. Why are you telling me I have to go the long way around this fog? Come on, game. Well, we might as well go to there anyway. Pick up a mushroom. We are low on mushrooms. Gallagher might because I'm playing Xenoblade on my own, but the audio is very quiet. Is the audio quiet for everyone else? It's not quieted on my end. But let me know if I sound too quiet. Because I haven't changed the audio settings at all. And I don't believe I'm talking any more quiet than normal. Oh, that's right. We can meditate, can't we? How How do we meditate again? The snake lady taught us to meditate at these rocks. How do we do it? How do I meditate? Damn, I can't remember how she taught us to meditate. I think the rock has to, we have to like select it, but I can't select the rock. Sounds good? Okay. I'm really feeling it. One mushroom. Oh, by the way, for anyone who asks, I am not going to do a recap for Bravely Default 2 anytime soon. Will I do it? Probably. But I'm not going to do it anytime soon because, like the other times, I want people to enjoy this game on their own and have an opportunity to do so. I will, however, put out a character guide and a review for it, though. And like usual, I'll talk about the good things, I'll talk about the not so good things, and I'll let you draw your own conclusions. Man, that COD was so much easier than how we used to be struggling with COD. It'd take us like 2 minutes to just get a single COD. I know it seems like I haven't covered an RPG recap in a while, but you have to remember I just covered, literally a month ago at the same point in time, The World Ends With You Final Remix. I think because in between large releases, I'm putting out many smaller releases, and so it seems... Oh, there's a treasure. Hopefully something good. Watch it be a rock. I got a rock. A foundry upgrade. Interesting. Ooh, double your profit. Oh, we need bright jelly. Okay. Where's our jellyfish store? Actually, let's keep going in this direction. There might be stuff down here. We're not going very fast, are we? I can't tell, it's hard to tell. What I like the Tales of Arise, by the way, commenting one more thing on that preview, but man, I want a day, or at least a year, where it's like, hey, further information is going to come in 2021. I'm like, oh, cool. Thank you for letting me know that further information is coming this year. This game's been announced for like what feels like 2 years. Also, I completely forgot, speaking of different Pokemon games, I completely forgot about the other games that they said they were working on. Like, what is it? The Pokemon MOBA? Remember that? I completely forgot about the Pokemon MOBA. I'm like, is that still being developed? Oh. Is this Tuna out here in the wild? Did we just pass the Tuna spot? I think we did. I think we still have a Tuna on the line now. Ooh, yeah, baby albacore tuna. Hell yeah. I think we passed the Tuna spot. Yeah, we did. I think we passed the Tuna spot and happened to catch it on our way past it. That's kind of funny. I think we can go over here. I doubt there's anything else in that tiny little patch. Watch me be wrong. Watch there be an amazing island full of rare metals there. And I'm totally ignoring that opportunity. Hey, we got a Tuna out of the mix, though. It feels like there's 5 different Pokemon games being announced right now. We still haven't heard anything on Pokemon Sleep. Or what if they just announced it and abandoned it? Not that I really plan on taking it. I kind of want to pick up my aluminum first. I'm going to pick up our aluminum, then I'm going to go to the... Oh, maybe he's going to unlock the, maybe he's an electrician, and he can fix the electronic door that's busted. I didn't think about that. Whatever Giovanni's strengths might be. I wonder if we have to wear the clothes. Oh, he sleeps on the sofa outside. That's funny. He seems okay with it, though. Oh, that's right. We put it on the bottom. I wonder if we have to change into, like, clothes. Because she gave us an outfit. Actually, I kind of like this blue outfit. Blue and yellow are my favorite Black Mage colors. Ah. So Annie's very patriotic. She wears the red, white, and blue. I mean, patriotic for the USA. I don't know, there's a lot of flags that have red, white, and blue, honestly. It's a good look. It's a good color combo. Give me that delicious aluminum. By the way, don't eat aluminum, it's bad for you. I feel like we should still plant aluminum because it's our rarest material right now. Okay, so we figure out that. Bring out. Oh! Alright, it's time to say goodbye to Alice. That was better than the other mystery one. A little bit better. Well, one last night with Annie. Or, Alice. Oh. Thank you very much. Here's a hug. Tend to the fields. Well, we gained a passenger, and we're about to lose a passenger. You know, we never did figure out where the walrus lady is. That the antique art dealer wants us to deal with. That is a small window for cotton, good lord. At least it's hard to, not get the max one. He gave you the coordinates. Oh, that's right. I think it's past the rock area, though. I don't think we can get there just yet. No, it's past the fog area. It's past the fog door. Because I think it's still listed on our map, but we can't get past there. Because, yeah. Travel to Susan's museum. At actually, negative 150, 150. I wonder if we can get there. I thought it was negative 150, negative 150, which puts it in the fog, but if it's negative 50, 150, then that's north, not south. And yeah, you're right, we should be able to get there past the ice. So yeah, we can go there. We're going to send Alice off and then welcome a new citizen. So we gain 2 people and have to say goodbye to one of our friends. Is there a difference between using the 2 different types of tuna? Well, there clearly isn't because I looked at the recipes and there's no difference. Actually, can you sell fish? Because we have a lot of fish here, and we're not going to be able to make all of them. So, like, I wonder if we can sell what we can't cook. We might be sitting on some money, actually. Even though we're right next to the outdoor, this is still faster, I feel. Alright. We could use a little bit more of everything, couldn't we? Also, we need to go through a jellyfish swarm to make sure we can upgrade our foundry to begin with. Because actually, why am I doing this? I should not be smelting until I get my double upgrade. I can easily get my double upgrade. It's funny, I like to fish in games, but I don't like fishing in real life. I mean, most people could say the same thing. It's like, I like killing people in games, but it's not like you're gonna go around killing... Man, she's already ready? Dang, she refills fast. Because, yeah, negative 150 is right around here. We can totally go there. I wonder just how big this big walrus lady will be. How many Stellas tall will she be? Normally we say goodbye to our friends at the end of a stream, but hey, we're halfway through today, so... Thank you everyone for the journey so far. As we say goodbye to Alice, if you've ever had, I don't want to say the misfortune, but the life experience of saying goodbye to somebody who couldn't quite recognize you, it's kind of a painful sensation. Because there's somebody that you know better than they know you, and you know, especially for an older relative, like maybe an older uncle or grandparent or a family friend that maybe has known you since the time you were born, and it's kind of sad now that their mind just isn't all there, and so they don't remember you. And you know, you're pleasant, and they're pleasant too, and they just, it's almost like you have to wonder what is going on in their head. Everyone say goodbye to Alice. Goodbye, Alice. You bake delicious pies. I love how you were a fan of old romance stories. You took care of my orchard for me when no one else did. We never figured out your favorite food, and I'm sorry for that. This is the end of the line. And she's so pleasant. It feels so harsh too because she thinks we're her daughter, who obviously isn't dead here at the same time with her, and so it feels almost disingenuous, but at the same time it's making her happy, so maybe it's just a white lie. It feels like they just recorded actual, like, just final conversations, or I don't want to say psychiatric sessions, but it just, these conversations feel so real. Yeah. I remember when my granddad was passing, and everyone was like there, like in the military hospital, because he served for a long while. He served in 2 conflicts. He actually was part of the space program. He was an engineer that helped with space parts, and it's terrible because you can tell they're so confused at the end, and it's their final moments, and it's just I couldn't stand the atmosphere, not because I don't know, it made me so uncomfortable, and it's not that I didn't like them or didn't like the situation, it's just such a thick atmosphere that it's just something unexplainable, where it's just you don't want to be there, but at the same time you know you have to be there. And it's not like I don't want to be here because I want to watch my TV show. It's more like this is just it's so real, it's almost overwhelming. When you're talking to another person that you've known your entire life, and they're about to be gone from this world. And the thing is, you can't even have a conversation with them at the end. No, you can't reminisce about the good times, can't have, they're not talking about any things they regret in life, you can say you love them, but at the same time it doesn't mean much to somebody who doesn't recognize you. It's harsh. Very real. And thousands of people, millions of people go through this. Hey, Capital Church. Capital Chirp. Welcome to the stream. You came in during a part where we're saying goodbye to a loved one. You're like, hey, what'd I miss? It's like, oh my gosh. This part really make it. That's what I'm saying. So, Capital, have you played this game? Because yeah, I'm telling you right now, like even right now, it's like, man, this gets the allergies and dust in my eye. I liked Alice too. Yeah, it's like that's what this whole game is so thinking about it. It's just this whole game's so real. And you can't help but dredge up similar feelings and experiences. So that's why it makes you really stop and think about, your day-to-day conflicts. Like, is it really so bad that person, oh, they have her little hat, has a hedgehog. I thought they were just gonna have her hedgehog lady, but now they put her head there. Is it really so bad that some, your fast food order got messed up or something like that. Is that really so big on the grand scheme of things? Is it really worth getting upset about? Maybe you should go out and hug a loved one you haven't talked to in a while, who's going through some life struggles right now, who can't control it. Like, okay, maybe they're not as fast, or their mind isn't as sharp. Don't be impatient with them. A, because you might be in the same situation someday. And B, you know, they're doing the best they can with the cards they're dealt. And perhaps somebody just listening or understanding a bit can make things a little bit better. Alice, I salute you. F in chat. Alright, well... You left Alice's house at a prime spot. I know, I feel like... I feel like I almost want to leave it there, but at the same time I also don't. I mean, it's not harming anybody. It is right next... It's right next to the orchard that she always tended to. I bet when we finally have Astrid and Giovanni go on their way, they're going to be arguing the entire way through, all the way to the door. They're going to be arguing the entire way, even while they pass on. We don't have a bus stop over here, so I guess the best we can do is over here. Pour one out for our hedgehog granny. But that's the life of a reaper. Every time you say hello, that's just followed shortly by a goodbye. Ah, I'm so dumb. I keep saying I'm gonna go get some jellyfish, and I didn't do that yet. There's no jellyfish on the side of things, is there? No. Actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna swing by this sick tuna spot. And then we'll hit that salvage. Oh, you never took the fast travel seal? He's so pleasant. Do you know Sam & Max? Yeah, it's one of the older school adventure games back in the day. Oh, I've never had a mysterious seed pop up as a fishing thing. That's cool. Little surprises. Oh yeah, let's get that tuna going, baby. I love how the tuna has its own theme, it's so cool. Like, this game is has a more engaging, full of smaller surprises and nice quality of life with variety than certain other games I played recently. And like I said, it doesn't take much. It just takes you caring a little bit. Come on, get the last stretch going. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah. Nice. We might get some... Let's see if we can plant it just now. No, nothing's ready yet. Oh, you can plant it here. Sweet. So it's a garden item, not a field item. Sweet. Iceberg ahead. We never got to name our ship, did we? Karen just kind of gave it to us. Ooh, we got 3 gold spots. Oh, you beat this guy 5 today? High 5. Nice one. Oh, we got pears! But we don't have room for a pear. We might have to make another orchard. Oh. We found a snow crab there. Nice. Alright, so we need to build a second orchard. I'm not cutting down my cherry apple trees. We need nebula thread. We might have to visit a shrimp soon then. Wait. Alright, -1. Actually, we can just visit the crystal or aluminum dragon while we're there. Literally right next to it. Yeah, this game is knocking it out the park when it comes to animations and frames. Because they don't just have a lot, they have a lot of animations, and it's very fluid, so the amount of frames in each one is very good. Do trees ever die? Yeah, we have no nebula thread. Alright. Gotta build some shrimp then. We're not going to smelt anything until we upgrade our stuff, so we have to go to a shrimp, we have to go get some jellyfish. I always knew there was some sort of technique I was missing out on. I never would have thought it was rapidly tapping the button. Could I have looked it up? Sure, but come on. We're playing this authentic, man. Except for recipes. Come on now. That's one of my criticisms, is this would have been a nice to have, but it's not a strong criticism because it's just a nice to have. They didn't exactly do anything wrong with the presentation of recipes and cooking. It's just like, this is a good start, this would refine it. But what you presented is effective for what it needs to be. Fishing is always my go-to in this game. I do not tire of it. Sharp, I love how when I was watching the Valkyria Chronicle 2 video, you thought, huh, this looks very similar to End of Eternity, and then you realized it was also made by Tri-Ace. Here's the thing I love about Tri-Ace, in general, is Tri-Ace has this company philosophy of experimenting with their combat systems. They said it straight out, like, this is one of our company beliefs, is we want to make games with cool combat systems that are different, and they do. Anything that involves a Tri-Ace thing, you know you're going to get something that's part familiar, but is also going to have some interesting gimmicks or mechanics that set it apart from what is established in what you would call conventional battle systems, either for turn-based or real-time combat. When I see Tri-Ace on the cover, I get excited because there's going to be something. It may not always be good. You know, that's what the whole thing about experiments is, that sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. But that's the whole point, is that they're trying something new. You're at least going to get a new experience. Now, if you're the type of person who prefers tradition, you know, you don't like things changing, you're like, they already made a good one, why don't they just stick with it? May not be for you. But for me, I think variety is the spice of life. You know, it's like cooking. I think it's very dull to cook the same exact thing every single day. You want to experiment, open up a cookbook. The world of culinary dishes is huge. Why should we limit ourselves? Just like combat. It really bothers me when people dumb down RPG combat, or when people don't play RPGs and they assume all RPGs have the same combat. Oh, come on, guy. That's like assuming every way to prepare a fruit or vegetable tastes the exact same way. Or you can only cook chicken one way. Or you can only drive, like, every car drives the exact same. Every gun fires the exact same way. That is not true. What you are instead showing me is you have a very limited experience dealing with these things. And so your shallow experience is being exposed. Because when you're judging others like that, you're inviting judgment on yourself. When you're judging others for thinking, oh, all those combat systems are the same, all those JRPGs with their turn-based 30-year-old combat systems. What you're telling me is you clearly haven't played many, and if you have, you clearly haven't played any in the last 20 years. 25 years, I would say, even. So, I understand where you're setting your expectations, and I understand why your standards are low. So please allow me to educate you. Most people aren't patient enough to be educated. They just rather, you know, write off games and then just continue on with their life because it's easier that way. I get it. That's why you cannot judge games by their covers. People do, and marketers know this, but you shouldn't. One of those don't knock it till you try it kind of things. It's always a hard ask though with gaming, because gaming sometimes you do have to put a bit of time investment or money investment, and people aren't necessarily always willing to do that. It is kind of a tall ask. That's why, if anybody out there is thinking about, hey, I like to write reviews, or I'm an editor or some such, please, 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 do not limit your vocabulary to very abstract generalizations such as the combat system's good. Well, what does that mean? And what does it mean to someone to say the combat system is good? Do you have a relatable example? Do you have a foundational point? Do you have an example of what this is? What is the flow of combat? What is the objective? What is the gameplay loop of that system? Answer those questions. That's a little bit more information than just saying something's good. Or I didn't like it. Well, why didn't you like it? What aspect of it? Think about it. Don't just give me, I didn't like it. Okay, what about it? I don't know. Okay, well, that's not very helpful. Makes it very difficult to have a conversation when you're not communicating or answering some simple questions about either this or yourself. Or when people just dumb down things like, all you do in this combat is just press this attack button over and over. There's a little bit more to that, alright? But, come on, guy. Alright, I need to put her house. I forget that we have to activate it. Oh wait, are we in a jellyfish storm? We are in a jellyfish storm. Oh no, it's a dragon thing. Alright, I gotta concentrate. Come on. Oh, really, game? You're gonna do me like that? Now, Summer is the name of the snake lady who used to be the person who was in charge of this event. Yeah, Connie, I like Summer too. Summer grew on me. I didn't like Summer first, but Summer grew on me. So far, all of the citizens I have enjoyed. All of our guests and passengers, they've all been great. Good run. Alice was the hedgehog lady. Summer is the snake lady. We said goodbye to Summer last session. Not my cabbages. Sure, if you saw a Twitter post showing grass fields and open world games with the caption same role. Oh yeah, I think I saw the same one. They were comparing like Breath of the Wild to Pokemon to I think Fortnite and then something else. And I'm the same way. I just roll my eyes. I'm like, Jesus Christ. All you need to show is an open field to some people are like, Breath of the Wild? Lol? It's like, stop this. Stop this. You're memeing at this point. It's not funny. It was literally right there. That's that fog of war for you. Oh, Genshin Impact. Yeah, that was the other one. Yeah, I remember they showed 4 things. I saw that same Twitter post. I was like, this is stupid. It's just a very superficial thing. But at the same time, those are the type of posts that get a lot of eyes on it. I mean, heck, you and I are talking about it, aren't we? So... Getting a lot of lobster. Oh. Okay. Oh yeah, I mean, Alessandro, you got it right. I call it my King of the Mountain analogy, where a game is King of the Mountain or King of the Hill if it becomes the standard by which games are being measured against. Oh, you're about 2 Stellas tall. I thought you were maybe going to be a little bit bigger, but you know, you're only 2 Stellas tall. Who let this plebeian groundwalker up here? Wait, maybe she's the person who we give statues to. Because we have a couple statuettes. Or maybe we give that to our art collector friend when they join our boat. You're not wrong. I love the dialogue in this game. It's so good. Yeah. God said I have to reward this unconscionable behavior with, well, I mean, more garbage. Wow, wasn't it ironic? Not really. It's not really ironic because the situation isn't subverting itself. You just are unhappy with it. It's more coincidence than ironic, but you know, whatever. I have no argument. This shit. Alright, show me the garbage you have together. Grab your garbage and leave. This is the most real NPC. This is how most people handle side quests anyway. Where it's like, hey, I need you to go across the planet, collect that garbage, and bring it over here. At least it's self-aware. Ah, so that is what I use the ceramic figures for. I wondered about that. Oh, so we apparently have 3 out of the 4. Oh. So this is kind of like the museum in Animal Crossing, where you can just kind of donate one of everything. Wow, she's just gonna talk shit about literally everything. Oh, is he a weasel? It'd be funny if he actually is a weasel. Asceticism. That's a good $2 worth. It's a good thing I happen to have the exact thing in my collection that I needed for this. This is kind of a cool, unexpected reward. It's like, hey, for playing the game, you get this extra crap. I mean, I'm not the one who decided, it just kind of is, but you know, here's garbage, I guess. Whatever, who cares? You're the one who likes garbage, not me. Give me those diamonds. You're halfway through catching and asphyxiating half of the fish types. Oh no, I'm not asphyxiating them. I actually kill them when I bring them up. They don't get a chance to asphyxiate and die. I straight up kill them, that's what I do. I'm the Reaper. Wow. I wish I could relate to your fascination with collecting shiny rocks, but honestly, I don't think I could kill enough brain cells to bring myself to your level of amusement with this shallow world. So, for now, here, take this reward. You know what's ironic? What's ironic is that you're giving me garbage, and I'm giving you garbage that you don't already have back to you. And yet somehow you think this is a pleasant exchange. What on earth is the economy of this world? I'm almost glad I'm up here on this rock, except for the fact that you're the only person I'm allowed to deal with. So just hurry on and get it going. I feel like I can relate to this person. I don't actually feel that way, but I feel like I understand where they're coming from. Ooh, an upgrade. Oh, look at you, King of Trash Mountain. Man, that's a title everyone else is just gonna be awed to the floor with. I bet you're the talk of every party that you're not invited to. Wow, look who's hot shit. No, seriously, this is hot shit. Oh, the Air Knight does everything for me. That's your answer for everything. Wow, how nice it must be. Good for you. Good for you that you have an absolute Deus Ex Machina that you just use as a belt buckle. But the rest of us have to just be content with actually learning and applying ourselves. It just comes to you so easy. Must be nice. Here's your privilege card back. He's actually saying this, or she's actually saying the same things I'm saying. That's funny. Is it bad that I can almost put myself in the mentality of this character so easily? Is that so bad? Am I this big walrus lady? Ooh, honey. There are 89 dishes. Man. Does this walrus even eat? No kitchen in there. How would you know what a kitchen is when you have the Everlight do everything for you? You wouldn't know a real kitchen if you slapped you in the face on a tiny little boat of yours. That wasn't me speaking Connie, that was the walrus. I was just translating. At the same time, the world needs to be big enough to have people like that. Alright, is there a boat? Or a bus? Yes, there is a bus. Ooh, new area. Alright, I say we just kind of work our way over this way. Remember, we still need to go to shrimp, and we still need jellyfish. Chirp still love the thing about Tri-Ace, about how they're stopping nothing to make a new and interesting system. I agree. Creativity is such an important part of the design process. Yes, you can play safe, and yes, you can appeal to a large amount of people, and yes, you will probably make more money that way if you just pander to the lowest common denominator. And yes, sometimes it's hard to avoid criticism because you're getting all the critics to love you, and everybody's talking about they're playing their game because it's so approachable. But at the same time, you know, it's not the be-all, end-all. And you return the wood thing. Yeah, we have the dude's wood print. I want to upgrade our boat just a little bit before we go pick him up, though. Because, you know, he's just going to ask for a house. Giovanni is sharing and bunking with Astrid, or rather, he's on that couch. But, new person, you know, is going to ask for stuff. So let's Actually, speaking of. Whatever a fire glow is, we need more. We also don't have marble. And we are nowhere near upgrading the size of our boat. Yeah, okay. We're kind of far away from that. Oh, we still have to go to bottom line core, that's right, so we could disappoint his wife. Free money. Actually, wait, hold on. What was the upgrade we got? Did it tell us what upgrade we got? Oh, we never fully upgraded her house when she was still alive. You know, we're gonna do it just for old time's sake. She deserves it. I feel bad. Actually, look, I feel bad. What was the thing we got? How do we check the upgrade that we got? You were playing Indivisible and it struck you like Valkyrie Profile. I've been meaning to hit up Indivisible. So I don't know what its battle system's like. If you're telling me it's like Valkyrie Profile, I'm cool with that, because I actually low-key love the Valkyrie Profile battle system. I think it is super cool when you assign a character to an entire button, and just chaining your characters is the attack rhythm that you're going for. I don't know if anybody did it before Valkyrie Profile, but clearly Valkyrie Profile just kind of cemented it and put it on the map. Because actually another game came out that recently also uses that same exact battle system. If any of you are have heard of the Fallen Legion series, they just had the third one, Fallen Legion Revenants, come out, I think just last month. And also uses that same battle system. Like, I don't know what you would call that battle system. It's just the Valkyrie Profile, where every character is assigned a specific button, and then you just kind of chain them, and that's what you do. I know they called it something. Like, Valkyrie Profile called it something. I don't know what they called it. What weird gimmick name they gave it. Valkyria Profile came out first and it was made by fans. Was it now? Indivisible was made by fans? I thought Indivisible was made by the people who made Skullgirls. I don't think it was made by fans, it was made by a studio. Am I wrong? I could have sworn that when Indivisible was first announced, it was like Kickstarter or something, but it was made by people who left the Skullgirls team. I mean, everyone left the Skullgirls team, the entire studio left. So the Skullgirls studio dissolved. I would have to literally just look up all that, but I'm not informed enough to engage in that discussion. Crusher upgrade? I don't have a crusher? You're right, I don't have a crusher. I don't think I have... Oh, was it the crusher upgrade? Thank you, Connie, for paying attention to that. Got my back, I appreciate you. And Connie, do you ever suggest anything for the patron polls? Feel free to. I feel it's the same sort of sub-selection of people who recommend things. And it's not any pressure, you don't have to be pressured. But if there really is a game that you're kind of really wanting and it fits the theme I want to do, then I absolutely want to hear it. I want to hear more options. Indivisible is one of the greatest stories of a 2D platformer you've ever seen. That's a tall claim, Church. Just saying. Alright. Let's see. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. No gold spots either. I kind of feel like I should take some time and just chart out this map, because we have the entire northern hemisphere just about, and there's got to be some nooks and crannies and secrets that we're missing. You usually don't? You usually just like watching whatever I'm interested in? Thank you. Because last year in 2020, to me, the best story that was released in game form was 13 Sentinels. That game's story was the best. That's why when, no offense, this is not meant to isolate or embarrass people, but when I put out the review for Ghost of Tsushima, people are like, well, yeah, well, what game has better graphics? I'm like, a lot of them. In fact, Resident Evil 3, say what you will, but RE Engine puts Ghost of Tsushima to shame. That is a beautiful engine. And again, say what you like, but Last of Us Part 2 is a very, very nice looking game. That game looks very good from the visual department. So no, your character models in Ghost of Tsushima look very pale in comparison to those two games alone. It's not even a contest. Well, does that have better writing? Well, absolutely. 13 Sentinels, like, take the story of Ghost of Tsushima and put it next to the story of 13 Sentinels. It is not even close. 13 Sentinels laps Ghost of Tsushima's story and then dunks on it. It is not even close. And it's okay if you're not familiar with it, because not a lot of people play 13 Sentinels to know. But hey, you're the one who asked the question, and I'm giving you the answer. Ghost of Tsushima is not about story to me, it's the fact that it's historically accurate. I hate to break it to you, Chirp, but it is not historically accurate. It is very much not so. And don't take my word for it, go online. Plenty of people have done fact-checking for Ghost of Tsushima. And Ghost of Tsushima is, that's why I said in my review too, it is loosely based. It is very loosely based. Yes, Mongols did at one point invade Tsushima Island. And that's about where the similarities end. The names, the roles, even most of the towns, they're all just made up. Even the year that Tsushima is throwing itself out is not correct. even the armor and the weapons that they used are not historically accurate at all. That's not what happened. That's not how samurai fought, and that's not what they wore. The clans are made up too. Like, there's so much that's made up there. It is not historically accurate. Oh yeah, me and my friends, when Ghost of Tsushima was being revealed, we used to call it Sushi Ghost all the time, Connie. It's like, can't wait for that Sushi Ghost game. Or the Ghost of Sushushu. Shushu Ghost. Ghost of Sashimi. And it's all good fun. Again, I had fun in that game. I'm just pointing out the stuff that could do better, and I wanted to do better. I could make a separate video on, like, these are things that I think the next one needs to do better. Oh, we're in the tuna land, that's right. We need a fish. Yeah, first try. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Beautiful. Surprised the Blades in Xenoblade 2 don't have existential crises? I don't know, man. But you're right, there was a lot of convenient anime plot that goes on. I feel in Torna they kind of explore that a little bit. Like, Tsushima has good music, but it's not the level like Final Fantasy VII Remake. You know, it's just... It's one of those games where it's like, if you want to have the game be your discussion, it needs to be throwing punches on the level that's... It's better than a lot of these games. And even if you want to argue with the sum of the parts thing, you gotta do better than that. It's like... Whoa, that's weird. Because it does a lot of good stuff. Nobody's arguing that. But does it do it to the point where if you were going to use a game to be like, wow, this game defined combat, visuals, open world, story, presentation, soundtrack scoring, you know, emotions, all that sort of stuff, you need to hit harder on a lot of those fields. And Tsushima does a good job. It throws good hits on a lot of those things. It just doesn't do well on many of them, to the point that other games haven't done it better in the same year. And one thing I absolutely will not give it credit for, this is the one part that I absolutely don't think is a fight, it's something I just kept stressing. This is not a good open world game. This game should not have been open world. It should have been big zones. Like, ironically, Last of Us or Uncharted, those Naughty Dog games. It should have just been a zone. It should not have been open world. Open world was a mistake for that game. Because they didn't do anything with it. They did nothing with that, and that is just, it's such a waste of space. When your only thing is, wow, it sure looks good to run through these fields, and that's the only thing? Literally? No. You need to be more functional and more significant than that. Well, why do you have to be? Because other games in the past 20 years have done that with their open world game. This isn't the first game to be open world. You can't go back to 2005 and get away with that sort of crap. This is 2020, alright? We have higher standards for our open world game, and you did bare minimum. You do not get to get away with that. Speaking of Final Fantasy VII Remake, notice a trend with Final Fantasy VII Remake, or Final Fantasy remakes. FF1 and FF2 were PSP based. I think they were first on the Game Boy Advance before they were on the PSP, if I'm not mistaken. Final Fantasy 3 and Final Fantasy 4 went full 3D, that's true. Final Fantasy 5 and 6 went mobile trash. Those are not remakes. How dare you? Those are bad ports. They are absolutely bad ports. But those are not remakes. I will not accept that. And yeah, Final Fantasy 5 and 6 got done dirty by Square. It's not cool. They got done dirty. I said this on Discord, but some games get remakes, some games get remastered, like 8 and 9, and some games get... Hold on, I'm reading this. Larry Salzberg. Are we gonna help them make a picture? But yeah, sorry, I thought this was a person who's gonna lead us to a bigger quest. It might be. Obscure Canopy. I don't think I've been there. I don't remember a place called Old Central District. I have not been to these islands. Maybe those are the southern ones. Okay. Yeah, we have not been to those places. Those might be down south. Anyway, some games get remasters, some games get remakes, and some games get reneged. And that's what 5 and 6, they got reneged. They were just dumped out, made worse somehow. And Square's like, yeah, that's cool. Anyway, here's 3 Final Fantasy VII related games. And it's just like, wow. The disrespect. Well, this is new. So yeah. Final Fantasy 5 and 6 did not get remakes, reboots, remasters, anything. They got reneged. We need a zipline is what we need. Clearly the zipline is something big here. Because I am like so many people, when we look at the 2D HD sprites of Octopath Traveler, like that is, and I love people that, the fans that put up mock-ups of that on Final Fantasy VI, and it's like, that is perfect. That is perfect. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. Is just give it a face paint, a makeover of Octopath Traveler, which the HD 2D sprites. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. For 5 and 6. If you just did that for 5 and 6, or at the very least 6, that's all you have to do. But hey, say la vie. You look like a new mollusk. Yeah, it's an oyster. You sent us pre-made meals? When? I didn't get anything in there. Oops, wait, hold on. Alright, so either... because there's a lot of the Northern Hemisphere we haven't been to. But I'm willing to bet those islands are probably down here. Or maybe not, I could be wrong. There's gotta be something in the corner. Come on, there's a big old corner right there. Anyway, let's get some jellyfish, let's get some shrimp. Connie, you think the favorite video of yours recently was Killer 7? I'm glad you enjoyed it. Most of the channel didn't seem to really all that interested in Killer 7. Like I said, it's a very art house game. It is very avant-garde. It is very different. And hey, sometimes that variety is good. Suda 51, I mean, that's the whole shtick right there, right? I will probably do more Suda 51 games in the future, just not anytime soon. Right now it's going to be in the miscellaneous group, but for now it's going to be... It'll probably get its own playlist later. Alessandro, it's like when people think the katana is actually better than the European broadsword because of all the folding and forging. Reality was done because iron in Japan was extracted from sand and was really poor. That is pretty much the way I remember it too. Yeah, the katana historically is just overrated. It's super cool and stylized because of anime, but in reality it's actually not that great. It's not even great for its own family weaponry. And like the good quality ones are not made from Japanese steel. There's a very romanticized perspective on it that is perpetuated by pop culture. And yeah, more mineral-rich areas like the mines of Europe or Africa, they built better weapons than Japan. No offense Japan, but that's just kind of how it goes. I get you're playing with the cards you're dealt with, and so you created different fighting styles to make the most of what you had, but other nations simply had better materials to work with, man. Not your fault. I remember in high school, one of my term papers was medieval weaponry from the 5th to 15th century, and it was fascinating to learn how Europeans engaged warfare, and also the Africans especially. Like the way the Middle East and Africa and most of Europe during the 5th through 15th century were engaging in warfare, not just for what they were using, because yeah, during that time I also touched upon what was happening in the East for both China and Japan, but most of the interesting stuff was happening on the European subcontinent in terms of warfare. And it kind of makes sense because I think they engaged in more war at that time than pretty much anyone else in the world was, and so they were making a lot more advancements in warfare. So it was very fascinating, very educational. How's the Mystery Seed doing? Oh, good point actually. How is the Mystery Seed doing? It needs water is what it needs. Like one of the tactics a lot of Europeans would do with like siege weaponry, for example, is they would pile on any dead carcasses they found on the battlefield, like either their own dead or dead horses, as more often or not. They would throw them in the catapult and chuck them over the walls of anybody they were invading, because not only would they be super gross, but the amount of sheer disease that it would spread, it was an early form of biological warfare. Because you could just take these diseased carcasses, chuck them into cities or chuck them in their water supply, and they would just, it would hurt everybody on the inside who tried to wall up. Because what are you going to do? You're going to burn it? You can't go out and bury it. That's right, I have to return it back. This is the one time where putting everything on super tall ladders is great, because these little guys don't have very far to go. Thanks, Shrimp. Or how the French used to do their bayonets in triangles, and that was considered a war crime And that's why bayonets are slits, because when you create a wound that's more like a triangle, you can't stitch it up very cleanly, so most people would bleed out to death. And for a while, it's considered illegal to make your bayonets triangle-shaped. And Dragoon were originally French military units. And they actually had gun swords, which is kind of funny. Speaking of Final Fantasy. They had pistols and swords and pistol swords. Kind of funny when you think about it. The minigames are something the game does really well. Reminds you of the characters and introduce them to you every time you play. You know what, Connie? You're right. They really are like mementos. And they're just fun, because they're small, they're brief, they're easy to do, they're simple, and they're satisfying, and rewarding. Like, they hit all the check marks that a minigame needs to be. That's why it is such a pleasure to keep going back to them in small fields, and because you're doing different things, even though you're doing a few of the same things, it doesn't feel repetitious, because every time you're getting rewards, and sometimes unexpected rewards, it's fueling the economy while also giving you something interesting to do. And they have a purpose beyond just being something for you to do on this boat. And again, they're engaging, because you can't just sit back and be like, alright, shrimp, and the shrimp just gives you 15 things. That would be boring. Instead, you gotta run around a little bit, capture it, you know, maybe get 10 or 15 back. It's kind of random. But there's something you can play. There's the element of play in here. Not just fetching. If this was fetching, this would be boring. But there's just enough of play in here. So yeah, I completely agree with you. I wondered how interesting this game would be, and man, I'm so enjoying this game every time I play it. Alright, got a good amount of nebula fiber from there. Sweet. Alright, let's go hit up some jellyfish. We'll go through here. Because yeah, we don't have zinc, pulsar, ash, like all these metals and wood, we don't have any of this. That's why we don't have the crusher yet. Alright, we just need nebula thread for another orchard. And oak. Alright. Sure, but another thing you want to see for Final Fantasy games is remakes that make the older sextology open world. The thing is, most of them already kind of were. Because I know what you're thinking. Yeah, they had overworld maps, but it wasn't like one-to-one modern-day open world. But isn't that enough? Mr. C might be ready. I believe you're right. Oops. Let's see what we got. Whoa, what the? I was Not expecting that. Remember what I said about regular activities surprising you when you think it's normal? This is what I'm talking about. I did not I was like, oh, maybe we're gonna get a new type of mushroom. Oh, we got a new type of mushroom, alright. Wow. Not what I expected. This game is constantly surprising and delighting. Are you gonna be my new garden friend? I just got a new passenger by growing random things, and I fished that out of the ocean. By doing a regular activity, it led to another regular activity, it led to a new passenger. What? What? Golly. Every time I play this game, every session, I constantly am finding new things to surprise and delight. What is up with that? That is so good. And yeah, thank you for not spoiling the surprise, Connie or Chirp. I appreciate you guys. You guys are aces. That is, because I bet you guys knew that was happening. That is so cool. Man. And it's like, it's not like you can see that coming. You look at it, it's like, oh, it's just gonna be a weird mushroom thing. And they gave me a new oval thing. Oh, maybe I have enough to get zip wire. That is so cool. Where is it? Where does he go? Where'd he go? I feel like I want to take care of this guy now because I technically grew him. You're gonna be my first mate, little buddy. Welcome to the ship. Where are you, though? Oh, he's hanging out in my room. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's not like I sleep there anyway. Oh, I guess he sleeps during the day and comes out during the night because he's a mushroom. Oh, or maybe you can just talk to him. It? I don't know if it's a boy or a girl or even it matters because you're a mushroom person. It's like Toad from Mario. Oh, your name is Stanley. Hello, Stanley. Thanks, Stanley. I like the way you wear your head hat. It's just your cap, I guess. I almost want to change mine to red just to match you. But you know, I gotta go with the default colors. Look at that animation, just kind of trotting along. It looks very childlike. Astrid, like, my god, what is that thing? Yeah, okay, you like plain food, I remember. Wait, did we figure out your favorite meal? We didn't, but I know you like plain food. Yeah, we figured that out last time. But you're a man of the people, or a lady of the people, as it were. Team Dev, how are you doing? You can also buy him from the traveling merchant. Oh, I didn't know that. I think it's cooler that we fished him out of the ocean. Also, the fact that he comes pre-packaged is kind of creepy. I wonder if he prefers to be alone. Brings you useless garbage. You know what? Everybody has a role in this world. Yeah, Heemdev, how's it going today? Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for joining chat. Okay, we need to go to get some jellyfish. Can't be distracted. Even though, I wonder if we're gonna get him a house. Can't get distracted. Can't get distracted. I mean, maybe we just watered him? What do you even feed him? Okay. I guess it's the closest one is right here. Alright, so we're gonna do jellyfish. Then we're going to deliver the wood block to a guy. We might be getting another passenger. And if we have time, we'll help out Giovanni. We need money anyway, so we might as well just hit up all the jellyfish storms. I think we have to be by Gwen's house to activate it, though. Yeah. Actually, I take it back. There is one bug that we encountered in this game, and we encountered it last session, and it was the cat got stuck on the ladder. It was very weird. But it didn't break our game, and it fixed itself when we just kind of moved over it. So, it wasn't so bad. But still a bug, you know, to be fair. The movement Stella has too is also very good. Like, Stella's parkour is spot on. I never feel like if I misjump something, it's not great. The ledge grab could be better. There's some times where I feel like the game just doesn't want you to ledge grab something. Look at that recovery. We definitely got at least 3 of those. But we need money. Need more money. This game is known to be fairly buggy. Oh, well, I never encountered that many bugs, so clearly it must not be that buggy. Ghost of Tsushima is my game of the year, 2020. I don't know why you wouldn't agree. What's your game? It's clearly not as good as my game, is what I hear. And HeemDev is right. F the haters. It's like, look, I liked it. Just because I don't like it as much as you doesn't mean I hate it. Good lord. Like, the world is so simple that there's no nuance. Come on now, get over yourselves. Yeah, that's the only bug that I've encountered personally. Is the cat getting stuck on a ladder one time. Like I said, no game is without fault. And no game is without redemption either. That was a good haul though. Actually, we need to buzz. What type of wood did we need? We need oak. Alright, so we need oak. We got plenty of oak. One of my favorite Stella animations is the one where she does the flip and then the roll when she kind of jumps onto something. Oh, actually, I don't need to water you because we're about to go through rain, like right now. Savage. This game does the way Assassin's Creed, like, say what you will about Ubisoft Open World, but earlier Assassin's Creed got things right, especially Black Flag. When Ubisoft was like, how can we make sailing on an ocean, a wide ocean, an interesting open world? And they said it perfectly. We wanted to have something happen every 30 seconds. It doesn't have to be big, doesn't necessarily have to be story related, but something is happening every 30 seconds to make the world seem like there's constant stimulus. And I agree. That is a great way of going about it. Again, I also appreciate how when you run through the rain, it waters your plants. It just seems like such a simple, of course it would moment, but you would be surprised how many games don't treat weather right. Alright, we need oak. Got plenty of oak. To me, when you're writing about games and you want to do it from a critical perspective, it's like books, or it's like movies. Oh crap. Already here. Also, nice quality of life. I can interrupt my activity. It doesn't waste my resources. Kill, double kill, triple kill. Kilimanjaro. Also, we need 16,000 glyphs, so this is a good way to get some money on the quick. Good stuff. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. I am playing this game on Game Pass on the Xbox, so I can't say that, at least maybe it's a platform stability issue, but so far I have not really had stability problems. Thank goodness. But if it has crashed on you, that's fine. I believe it. Hopefully it wasn't too frequent. Roundabout. Catching up on the VODs. This game is Saw You from Texas. Yeah. I'm in the Houston area, by the way. And Connie, nice. You're in Austin. Austin was where I was planning on going, by the way. When I was originally planning on being here, but I decided to be in Houston, closer to where I have family. But yes, I am. This is actually. It's been 1 year almost since I moved. I moved in May. Yeah, middle of May is when I moved to Texas from Georgia. And 800. No, it was 1,000. It was 900 something. Basically 1,000 miles from the part that I was in to the part that I'm currently in. That was the trip. So, came 1,000 miles to be to this part. So, I was one of those that was affected, yeah, by the blackout, and it really impeded things. And in that same week, my Google account got hacked, and I couldn't do anything. It was a rough week. But thank you very much, Roundabout. I appreciate you. Oh, you're going to school in San Marcos. Nice. Yeah, a lot of Texans here. I suppose when I've been here a year, I guess I can say I'm a Texan now, can't I? How rare is it to see snow in Texas? I mean, we saw it just the other week. Alright, let's go back to wood cutting. See, and it refunds me all the wood I didn't use yet. It's so nice. I was born in New York. I've lived in Florida for a lot of my childhood, and Georgia as well. And just this past year, I am a Texan. I got to know Houston from an earlier job. I took like a contract and worked here for a couple of months, so I got to know the city better than most. I think that's kind of why I decided to come back to Houston. In Georgia, over the years, no offense, I still have lots of friends and I still have some family there. I have a lot of memories of Georgia, both good and bad. But right now, Georgia's not exactly a state I recommend, shall I say. I don't like the direction it's been taken. So, yeah. Although, it is really cool every time we watch a Marvel MCU movie and we see filmed in Georgia, especially in the movie theaters, because we would all cheer. Because, of course, we're all staying during the credits because it's a Marvel MCU thing. And during the credits it says, filmed in Georgia, and I was like, yay! And I say this every time, but it's also funny when we were watching Captain America, and he pulled out his little pager, or his little old phone, and his phone number is a 678 number, which is in Atlanta, or was it 404, one of the two. But either way, it was a Georgia phone number, that's the Georgia area code, and it's like, oh, I also have that area code, ha ha ha. So, it was very fun, for many reasons. You grew up in Houston, the food is fantastic, but not as good as Austin. Well, I can't say I can comment because I haven't really been eating out this past year, for reasons you may understand. So it's funny, I've been here for almost a year and I still don't know anywhere to like go and hang out or eat or restaurants to try or anything, because not exactly the environment for it, you know? So I actually don't know the area that well. It's a shame, you always kind of go to a place you want to meet new people and make new friends, but I haven't really been doing that. You know, obviously I hang out with my old friends, you know, and it's a wonderful thing, but it'd be nice to meet some new people, and yet don't really have that opportunity. But yeah, that's how you can tell by my distinct New York accent, or Georgian accent, or Texan accent. Clearly, I'm a Texan. Obviously. We're getting a lot of eel, and I always wondered where we got eel. Do we get more eel maybe when it's raining, or is it just the area? Yeah, we're getting so much eel now, and I never had eel here. Maybe this is the sweet spot for it. Like, or maybe it's just because it's raining. I know normally this is when we call it, but I'm just having too much fun. Oh, we got a lot of eel. To be clear, Houston food is still better than Austin food. Okay, I'll have to take your word for it, but I haven't been able to make that judgment myself, so forgive me if I can't join your enthusiasm just yet. But I'll try a couple places when places open up again, or survive, because you know so many places close down, unfortunately. Hard to tell who's going to survive these tough times. I'm not thrilled about that placement. And they're too wide to put right next to each other, aren't they? Actually, I think I can swap that out for that vegetable garden. I really wish, this is one thing that would be nice to have, but I'm not going to knock the game, is it would be nice if I could like arrange where the ladders are, if they're on the left side or the right side, or if I could connect things to their ladders. Alright, let's plant a couple of pears. Actually, maybe I should plant one pear. Because there's got to be another tree, right? But why would they give me so many trees then? I feel I don't need to plant another apple or cherry because they bear so much. Feels like overkill. What did I move to Houston for? Very similar. Oh wait, we didn't alert. Oh, what's up, dude? Hey, what's up, Stanley? What's up? Oh, well, thanks, but I already knew that. Oh no, I said no to the event. Ugh, alright. I didn't mean to do that. That was a misclick. That was a misclick. It was a misclick. I think you have to sail out and then sail back in. You can sell the seeds? Okay, yeah. In that case I will, because I don't think we need that many trees. Trees bear so much, which is nice. There's probably a reason why they only allowed 2 spots per orchard. Even though there's more than 2 types of trees. There we go. Alright, so we'll do this event, and I think we have plenty of bright jelly at this point. Then we're going to go deliver the wood block. We're not going to do a 4th jellyfish event. I don't think we really need that much bright jelly. I think we're good. I think this is the one that ends with a giant storm at the end. Because it seems easy, but then there's a giant storm at the end. I think this is this one. I like this moody music. It's so soft yet subtle, yet it hits large beats. It feels like it's growing in some sort. It crescendos in just these most interesting spots. It makes you feel like it's building towards something ominous. Yeah, I thought there was a storm. Jellyfish storm. Ladder strats, by the way. Tactical ladder action. Look how much money we have. We gained like 3,000, almost 4,000 glim, just by hitting up a couple jellyfish spots. Okay. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Oops, wait, hold on. I instinctively went for the fishing. Okay. Real fast. Where was that guy again? Furugawa, okay. Actually, I should hit the spoils while I'm here. Come on, let's be real. So, like I said in the beginning of the stream, I decided on Wednesday evenings, which is still going to be the same, and Saturday, but maybe not Saturday evenings, because it turns out I usually have Saturday evening plans. I thought I was going to be more free on Saturday nights, but it turns out that's not always the case. So I think Saturday middays and Wednesday evenings might be the stream schedule. I don't know. I've been meeting a lot of different people when I keep mixing things up, and I like that. Also, I like this quality of life where if you pass by the spot, even if it's not where you intended to go, the ship will still stop. Be like, hey, there's stuff here for free, you want it? And I like that. That's a good, very thoughtful mechanic. Enjoy. I love it when the game isn't fighting you, the game is trying to make your life easier. I appreciate it. That is what I mean by quality of life. I know I could go get aluminum, but we can... whatever. She refreshes so fast, which I appreciate. And I kind of feel like that might be where we're going to stick, because I've been testing it a couple different times, a couple different days. And some of you have been very nice to stick out and come by frequently, like, you know, Guyver, appreciate you, Jax, thank you so much, Sam, Umbra, Alessandro, like, too many of you, I appreciate you guys. Feels like we're jumping on the couch, just chilling out. So I think that might be the schedule. I don't know, feedback. Feedback is open. If you feel this time works, great. If you think not, also great. It's all just feedback. And yeah, I've been able to catch more people from the EU and Russia and Asia also when I do earlier in the day, which is cool. I appreciate meeting you folks. I used to talk to people that were over in the UK a lot more frequently because they're like 6-7 hours ahead. Alright. Crap, where's Furugawa again? Is this Furugawa? I think this is Furugawa. You're hungry already? You get hungry so fast, I swear. What else does she like to eat? Because yeah, she doesn't like sweet food. She doesn't like fine dining. But she likes plain food. What else does she like? We can give her the plain rice. I mean, we like plain rice. She doesn't like old-fashioned food. I know she doesn't like exotic. She doesn't like salad. I don't want to give her my bacon and eggs because I'm holding on to that. Bacon and eggs also reminds me of Gwen, so I'm kind of holding on to that for sentimental reasons. Alright, so she likes the plain rice, which we knew she would like, but that wasn't her favorite meal. The little music from the bus stop is so cheerful. I know, it's such a pleasure every time I pull up to the bus stop and you hear that little happy march. And the seal's just constantly happy. He just loves what he does. And he's like, hey, get off my little island, but at the same time, I'll bring you to other little islands. As long as you recognize that they're my islands. And I'm like, that's cool, but I'm cool. We're all cool here. Thank you. I was thinking the same thing, Alessandra, because I see her pull out a sandwich. Maybe their favorite meals are somehow tied to their animation. Because, like, maybe her favorite meal is a sandwich? But I don't know. It's hard to tell. I like that their food is reflective of their personality, but I don't know what other plain meals I have that she might like, or what the secondary item is. How am I not surprised that you want to join the boat, but you don't want to help? Alright, well, let's talk to this new dude. I didn't expect that we'll gain 3. I knew we gained 2, but I didn't realize we'd gain 3 new passengers. Stanley is such a pleasant surprise. He seems like such a good boy. Such a nice lad. Not usually, Connie? Okay, it is what it is. I demand he's gonna make me build him an art gallery, isn't he? Actually, maybe that's how we get some finer ingredients, to be honest with you. People of this boat, please be rejoicing that I am now joining this as a passenger, not as a crewmate. And by virtue of me being here, all of you have become more cultured. However, please avoid talking to me. Alright, what are you? Oh, you're a bird. Oh, I didn't expect that. Huh. When the walrus lady called him a weasel, I thought that was literal, but no. He's a bird. Gustav. Why do I get the feeling that you are the person who enjoys exotic foods and fine dining? Because so far, nobody here has enjoyed exotic foods and fine dining. Well, actually, that's not true. I think Gwen liked fine dining, but nobody liked exotic foods. I think you might be the person who likes exotic foods. Do you realize you were theorizing about if we get a younger passenger as you were pulling out a mystery seat? Oh, I didn't. Oh, that's funny timing. Connie, you were very observant. I appreciate you. I didn't realize that's what I said when it happened. See, that's the sort of unique perspective you can only get when you kind of know. He's probably gonna hate Atul for being such a subcultured person. Yeah, give me an obol. Okay, we have 3 obols. I know we can get zipline now. So we will get that next time. Stanley, what do you need? We'll talk to you and then we'll call it a day. I wonder if he grows. Oh wait, he locked himself in. Wait, what? Wait, did you just take over the guest house? Then where's Gustav gonna stay? I have linen fabric. That's fine. I can give it to you. Oh wait. Oh. I don't know why I meant to give him that. I was pressing it to... I saw it and I wanted to claim it. I forgot. Speaking of pigeons, big boy room. We made a little cardboard fort. At the same time, I think that's kind of cool. But also, where the hell is Gustav if he's not there? Oh, speaking of. Yes, we have a sawmill. Yes, we have a loom. Yes, I have a foundry. I do have a mailbox. Lock and load. That's another thing I enjoy. In a game that has quests, if you already fulfilled the quest, the game's like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, you're good. Move along. Or it's like, hey, I need the thing. And you mean this thing? And like, oh, you already have it. Thank you. I appreciate games that are forward-thinking that way. Okay, so this is a good spot to go ahead and save. We made a lot of progress today. We gained 3 new passengers and said goodbye to a dear, dear friend. So I am, of course, enjoying Spiritfarer. I'm enjoying the fishing now more because Connie is the MVP of today's session, single-handedly swooping in and saving fishing and allowing us to get tuna. So high five, Connie. Thank you so much, MVP. And yeah, I am continuing to enjoy this game. It is continuing to be consistent with its delivery of such pleasantness, good vibes, engaging gameplay, and a consistently fascinating world that I'm eager to explore more of, and clearly haven't even hit half of it. Even though we have half of the passengers, we haven't even half the story yet. This is nuts. So much to like about it. So many. This game is like, it's like the opposite of Death by 1,000 Cuts, because instead of breaking things down, this game has so many small details and attention to detail that it's constantly building up to be this mountain of merit. And yeah, I think so far midday Saturday looks to be the day that I might cement it, so I'll update that on the main page, saying that Wednesday evenings and Saturday midday is going to be the sessions that we stream on going forward. Thank you so much for everyone who's been patient with me kind of testing things around. I appreciate that always. Thank you so much for watching videos, of course. Please look forward to Bravely Default 2 content coming as soon as I finish it. I'm recording every day, but it's a big game, and also I love the hell out of that card game. Love it. And yeah, I will see you on the next battlefield.